Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. A newly crowned champion has sent a message to Triple H following a shocking title change on WWE SmackDown. This was his first title win in over 1,500 days. This week's edition of SmackDown ended on a shocking note as the Street Profits defeated DIY to win the WWE Tag Team Championship. The duo's last tag title run came back in January 2021, after which they struggled to find their footing in the division. However, the 26-day wait ended on the Blue brand, where they got the better of Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, after weeks of animosity between the two sides. Following their title win, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford received a message from Triple H as the WWE CCO congratulated them for becoming new champions. Dawkins replied to the game with a two-word message: Triple H has been running the WWE creative since July 2022, when Vince McMahon initially decided to retire. While the majority of Hunter's booking decisions have sat well with fans, his treatment of the Street Profits was not well received by many. Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford's last title run ended on January 8, 2021. The duo was left treading water for a long time and was hardly involved in any notable storyline. They joined forces with Bobby Lashley in 2023 to form the Pride, but not much came out of that storyline. Eventually, the group disbanded after the former WWE champion was sidelined, with his contract with the company coming to an end. However, the Street Profits turned heel last month and have flourished with a newfound attitude. They finally managed to win gold again as they defeated DIY on SmackDown this week. It remains to be seen how their road to WrestleMania pans out after their title win. After a hard-fought battle, a new WWE champion has emerged, and with this victory comes not just a celebration, but a message that echoes through the very halls of WWE's storied history. For 26 days, the title has eluded this superstar. With each passing year, the weight of expectation grew heavier. But now, standing atop the mountain victorious, the champion has something to say, not only to the WWE Universe, but specifically to one man. Triple H, the moment the referee's hand hit the mat for the third count, signaling the end of the match, a roar erupted from the crowd. The feeling of accomplishment was palpable. The sweat, the bruises, the sacrifices, all of it led to this very moment. The crowd's energy was electric, as the new champions stood with the gold raised high above their head, finally fulfilling their destiny. But it wasn't just the culmination of a singular moment of glory. It was the end of a journey that had been years in the making. And in this journey, one individual stood as both a beacon and a challenge. Triple H, the game. The relationship between the champion and Triple H was complex. It was forged in the fires of competition, sharpened by both respect and rivalry. The game, with his ruthless approach to the business, had been a mentor and gatekeeper, and at times, an obstacle standing between the new champion and the championship. Now, as the dust settled, and the champion stood atop the mountain, the time had come for them to address the man who had shaped their WWE career in ways both subtle and profound. The lights dimmed as the WWE Universe waited with bated breath. A single spotlight shone down on the champion, standing tall in the center of the ring, title belt draped over their shoulder. A microphone was handed to them, and the crowd's anticipation was almost unbearable. The champion took a deep breath, and with a calm and deliberate voice, began their message to Triple H. Triple H, the game, the King of Kings. The words were heavy, each one dripping with the weight of years of history between the two. The champion paused for a moment, allowing the significance of the name to hang in the air. For 26 days, I chased you. For 26 days, I fought, I sacrificed, I bulled in this ring. And for 26 days, you held something that I wanted more than anything in this world. You held that WWE Championship, and you stood at the top of the mountain, telling anyone who wanted to climb that they weren't ready, that they couldn't measure up, that they weren't worthy. The crowd murmured, sensing the gravity of the champion's words. Every WWE fan knew the struggle that had led to this moment. This wasn't just about winning the title. It was about overcoming the challenge, the test, and the pressure that had been placed on this superstar's shoulders. And in Triple H, that test had been the ultimate. I'll admit there were times I wondered if I would ever be able to take that title from you. You've been here for decades. You've seen it all, been through it all. You have mastered the game like no one else has. But here's the thing, Triple H. You can be the king of kings, but every king has his time. And your time? Well, it's up. The WWE Universe exploded in response to this bold proclamation. For years, Triple H had stood as one of the most dominant forces in WWE. And now, in this moment, the new champion was standing tall, saying that the reign of the game was over. But there was more. You taught me a lot, Hunter. You taught me how to fight for everything I wanted, how to never give up. You showed me the value of power, of control. But you also showed me how far someone is willing to go to keep what they have. You were the mountain I had to climb, the obstacle that stood in my way. And now, after all the blood, sweat, and tears, I'd finally made it to the top. I've done what you said couldn't be done. The champion's words were laden with meaning. Triple H had been both a mentor and an adversary, pushing the superstar to their limits. And now the tables had turned. The champion had earned their rightful place at the top, and with it, they had come to understand the deeper lessons of the business. They had not just overcome Triple H, they had surpassed him. But don't think for a second this is the end of the story. You may have been the king of this kingdom, Hunter, but I'm not just here to sit back and reign as a passive ruler. I've seen the way you've carved your legacy, your power, your control, your dominion. But I'm here to carve out my own legacy. A legacy that doesn't need to rely on politics, manipulation, or favoritism. I'm here to prove that the future of this company isn't about playing the game. It's about changing the game. The crowd reacted with enthusiasm, rallying behind the new champion's bold declaration. This wasn't just a title win. This was the birth of a new era, one where the champion wasn't going to sit idly by, content to follow the steps of those who came before them. They were setting out to break the mold, to forge their own path, and to redefine what it meant to be the WWE champion. So, Triple H, here's the deal. You may have had your reign, but the future belongs to those who are willing to evolve, to adapt, to fight for something greater than themselves. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to defend this title with everything I have, and I'm going to do it in a way that makes you realize I'm not just the new champion. I'm the future of WWE. And I'll be damned if anyone, especially you, tries to take that away from me. With those final words, the champion lowered the microphone, the message clear. The game had been dethroned, and a new era was beginning in WWE. The crowd erupted in approval, chanting the champion's name as they raised the title once again, the gold gleaming under the arena lights. But the message had been sent, not just to the WWE Universe, but to Triple H himself. The game may have been the master of the ring for years, but now a new player had entered the scene, and they were ready to rewrite the rules. The champion was no longer just a challenger. They were the face of WWE. And this reign would not be defined by the past, but by the unyielding spirit of a new generation of superstars who were ready to take the company into the future. As the champion made their way up the ramp, still basking in the cheers of the crowd, the camera lingered on the ring, where the echoes of their words continued to resonate. The victory was monumental, yes, but the message was even bigger. Triple H had always been a towering figure in WWE, but now, with this new champion on top, it was clear that the power structure had shifted. No longer would the game control the narrative. Now the champion would shape it. And as for Triple H, wherever he was, he knew that this was no longer a battle to be won in the ring. It was a battle for legacy. And as much as he had been the architect of WWE's most dominant eras, the architect of this new era had just sent him a warning. The future had arrived, and it was carrying the WWE Championship with pride. The new champion had fulfilled their destiny, but they weren't done yet. The reign had just begun. The game, it seemed, had lost, and a new game was being played. End of story. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.